So is this the real link? F and Q. Is this F and Q? It is. Okay. Ah, man. Okay. Sorry. YouTube moment, I guess. YouTube moment. Hmm. Okay. Oh man, I should totally subscribe to myself to get enchanted big boy boxers. Audible drop. What the fuck is this garbage? We need to get out of all this stuff. We really need to get out. Okay. Um. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a 5 minute countdown so that I can get something to drink. Then we proceed with this pipe wire stuff. Which reminds me. So I actually want to change the plan slightly. So I don't want to port the existing pipewire package to Zig 017 because I think that before we start messing with uh, Mason's fake dynamic loader and whatnot, which doesn't seem too jank. It seems ultimately a very robust solution. Still, it's like extra indirection and potential inconvenience in order to get things working. So also because my point is that I want screen share, and here they are not concerning themselves with screen share in this article. So we need to learn the extra stuff necessary to set up screen share. So my plan is let's do that with system dependencies. Let's do that. I don't know, maybe even in C. I don't know. Let's go through the normal path and let's see what that entails. And then we try to take that and morph that into what is necessary in order to hopefully be able to do that with dynamic without dynamic linking question mark, or as far as we can get with that stuff. This means that we're going to have some. Hello? Can I type? We're going to have some Linux fun. So you know what? Might as well do this, right? This is not what we want. Okay. This is what we want. And then this is what we want. And then here we want nothing. Here we want Borg. I haven't touched Borg in this machine since forever. Hello? Hello? Is this a ghosty that doesn't allow you to click links? Oh. Oh wait, it's control. Okay. It's not a Mac. Right. Obviously I'll need to log in. Jesus Christ, man. Sure, give me all the cookies. Okay. Whew. Been a while, huh? Fuck is my password? I just noticed that the camera is really not horizontal, but whatever. We're on a boat. Okay. Okay, not bad. So this won't show me YouTube though, so I'll keep YouTube chat open in a tab. I see YouTube chat. Hello YouTube people. Hello Borkasen. Hello Alex Dynamics. I know there is a huge build system overhaul coming, but could you reiterate what are the benefits we will get as users? The build system overhaul has already happened. The main benefit is that you will get faster builds when you edit the build script. Right now, the build script is you write your build script and then Zig compiles it. And as it compiles it, it takes your build script, which is essentially logic that creates a data structure, the build graph, which is literally just a bunch of nodes that say compile this, run this program, do this other thing, and then it has dependencies as edges. And the new version will essentially will split this program into two sections. Your script just does the data structure, and then there is a runner that runs the data structure and actually performs the operations. That's now going to be split into two programs, and as part of this process, a few things will not have to be rebuilt every single time. They will be built in release safe, meaning that the thing that actually performs the build will now be faster, because previously we were building everything in debug mode. That shouldn't make much of a difference for a lot of people, but the one time that somebody has a very intense build pipeline, with the new system, they will have their build pipeline run in release safe, which is much faster than debug. So they also get that. That also, I believe, is part of the work towards isolating build scripts, meaning that there should be an escape hatch of some kind. But the idea is that in the future, probably build scripts will run in a sandboxed fashion unless they have a need to not do that, and the user will be informed of this fact. So that reduces the blast radius of malicious things that people can do when they give you a project. Of course, if the code is malicious, then the resulting executables and artifacts will be malicious as well. So you still have to watch out for that. That doesn't change, but that's the general idea. I think also the build system split, while I don't think that the build system split is a necessary step towards having a build system that reacts, that works better with watch, so with automatically picking up changes. I think that as part of that work, also Andrew worked on improving that stuff. It's not implemented yet, but I think it's also planned that you will be able to run Zig build watch, and then you will be able to change the build script and watch will keep working. Today, when you change the build script, you have to restart any invocation of Zig build watch. So keep in mind, these things actually don't change things dramatically for you as a user. Like the API has changed very slightly. If you've been doing weird shit with the build system, then yeah, you will have to adjust. But if you've been doing, just normal build scripts, maybe you were building C projects and whatnot, but unless you were trying to inspect where the output directory was, or that kind of stuff, which you can still kind of do. So it's not, you're not completely locked out of it, but that API has changed slightly. Otherwise, uh, what you should perceive as a user is that you run Zig build the first time, and it does a one-time build of the build runner, while the new well, let's call it the new maker. That's gonna take a few, I don't know, a few seconds, maybe a minute, because it's gonna be a release fast build. Then after that is done once, you'll never have to do it again until you change version of Zig, and now building your build script is gonna be much faster. That's the idea. Okay. So yeah, we're going on a Linux adventure. It's been a while. We're back on Linux. We don't have YouTube on Linux, as I said, so don't worry. I'll look at chat though externally. So hello, YouTube people, also the new ones. There we go. Okay. So what do we want to do? I think I want to do this. Oh, there we go. All the beautiful shell aliases. And in here, I want F to be low. Hopefully this shouldn't cause anything dramatic to happen. Considering that everything is already done. It's literally just a change. You know what? Maybe I should have just done alias equals or something like this, like just run the command locally. Oh my god. Really, dude? Disappointing. This used to actually work more reliably. Like when you didn't need to do anything big, you wouldn't end up in here. So here's the thing. For some reason, my virtual machine doesn't know that it needs to shut off at some point. Like that it needs to restart once it gets here. Wait, are you actually recovering for real? I don't think it is. I think it gets stuck in here. Whatever. Restart. Okay. Um. What was I saying? Do I have F now? I do have flow now. On F. Wow. Nice. Okay. So Borg AFK. 5 minutes. Stream start. Drinking coffee. Oh man. This is all that is back when I was still capable of drinking coffee. Uh, it's okay. Just leave the stream start. Oh right. Then oh shit, I did it wrong, or wait, no. And then this. And now I have tabs. Awesome. I remember how to do my setup. Okay. Yeah, let's get going. Oh, I don't have here my I don't have my daily things that I'm working on. It's okay. I'll make do. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Does anybody have Codeberg internal errors in pull requests? The pull request page does not display my pull at all sometimes. I have not experienced that myself personally, but I have heard plenty of complaints about things being wonky on Codeberg at times. I mean, I think the GitHub is also down right now, so I don't know. It's all falling apart, man. We are literally we are at the end of times. Society is collapsing. But you watched all the TV series and whatnot about zombies and stuff, right? That's that's our turn now to learn how to survive in this I don't know, somewhat post-apocalyptic world. Okay, so um, what do we do? Um, okay, so I heard, and maybe somebody in chat knows this better than I do. So I would actually be interested in hearing this. Oh, you know what? Also, I think I need to restart this Borg. So if I want to have a chance at seeing YouTube chat in here, yeah, there we go. I needed to restart it. So this Borg will show YouTube chat at least for a while. This one will not. But I have it open on another tab, so don't worry, I can see it regardless. So how do you screen capture in general? If I remember correctly, the answer changes depending on whether you're using X11 or Wayland, which makes sense that it's the graphical server, right? So obviously, um, that's the thing that you interface with. So, and I'm also sure that there is no solution that just abstracts over which is which. Unless, well, you know what? Unless there's some kind of like screen capture framework library for Linux, which would be a dependency. You know what? It wouldn't be maybe necessarily something that I would want to always have, but I would be open to use a dependency, a tiny one, man. Not a turbo ginormous. I'm not gonna get like WebRTC just to get screen share, but if there is like an equivalent of mini audio but for screen share, I would take it for now. And I would tell the people that use Linux to just, you know, get their shit together and build for themselves a better implementation if that's what they want. While in the meantime, we have something. So, um, yeah, I don't know actually. Um, Screen capture Linux library. Screen capture. Oh wait, is this written in C? XHSM above logo, which, oh wait, right, it's GitHub shitting itself. Well, at least we can see the README. That's better than nothing. Windows, Linux, Mac. Okay, cross-platform script and window capturing library. Yeah, look, that's not bad. I would actually take this. XHSM. That's not that. I don't know, man. Okay, let me try XHSM screen capture. Nope. Still doesn't work. Oh, what is this? Is it possible to capture a screen that is started in blah 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 with XHSM? What the fuck is this thing? But also the first result seemed interesting. Screen capture for 5M. Oh wait, what's 5M? TypeScript. So examples: C++, C Sharp. Oh, that's it. But it doesn't have to be C++, right? Right? No external dependencies except Linux. lib xtstdev, libxinerama dev, libx11 dev, libxfixes dev. No external dependencies except 1, 2, 3, 4 dependencies. I guess this one is understandable. Libxinerama. The fuck is libxinerama? Hey there, Teufel. What are we doing today? Yeah, we are webwing. Cinerama is an X11 extension that provides support for extending desktop across multiple displays. The name is a pun on Cinerama. The Cinerama extension is largely obsolete nowadays. Awesome. Man, do I not love depending on largely obsolete things nowadays. So here's what I'm doing there, Teufel. Maybe you can help out if you feel like it. I want to look into screen share, into implementing screen share on Linux. But you know what? I was thinking, instead of doing it well, we could do it wrong. Or rather, what if there was a library, kind of like mini audio, but for screen capturing? And the idea being that it's not our final solution, but it's something that we put there for now, so that we have something going. So the way we work essentially is that on macOS, we don't use it because on macOS, I already have the native implementation. Isn't that called libobs? I guess maybe that would be one, although I don't know how libobs, how easily it lends itself for this specific use case. But also there's a licensing problem with OBS, right? So I was hoping for something more minimal. You know, like mini audio is a single header audio library, right? What about something like this, but for screen capture? Screen capture is a lightweight native Linux screen capture application built in C++. God damn it, I need a library though. Single header screen capture library C. Lead Tools provides a C++ class library for screen capture that allows you to capture, including blah, blah, blah. Okay. We have some candidates. Do you want lead in your... Sorry, I should say, do you want LED? I should pronounce it correctly. Do you want LED? This is LED Tools. Do you want LED in your software? Single file libs. Okay. Nothing useful in here. I guess it would be simple with pair window capture. I don't think so. I think that the easiest form of screen capturing is full display. Yeah. Although not that the difference is all that dramatic, probably. Okay, you know what, guys? We're asking the LLMs. We're at that point. Oh wait, they want to log in now? Okay. I don't think they used to ask for login. Or maybe I misremember. I don't know. Okay. I need a link to a lightweight library that library for C/C++ that lets you do screen capture. Kinda like mini audio, but for screen share. Provide links. I mean, SDL, for example, would probably interface with Windows, but not necessarily with full displays. Are you saying that you can use SDL to do screen capture? Oh, you know what? I didn't specify platform, but if there is one that is cross-platform, that would be better. Okay, let's see what DeepSeek has for us. This library is the most direct answer to your query. Okay. Bro, where's the fucking link, though? Is that the one that I was looking at earlier? It is indeed. Okay. Last release 3 years ago. Okay. Doesn't seem to be Wayland aware. I wish I could load the issues, but it's GitHub. Rust? No. Okay, I would like to have... Oh my god. No, nothing fucking works, man. Oh my god. You know what? I should start streaming with like a GoPro. And when this happens, I just take the GoPro, put it on a helmet, take out my skateboard, and we do like a couple hours of of vlogging, and you watch me go on a skateboard. God damn it, man. Can we git clone this at least? Not even this works? Okay. Why is it markdown and then it's full of fucking HTML, man? I mean, yeah, this is what we were seeing also on the website, so nothing has changed in that regard, really. So, we only have C++ and C Sharp. Okay. Example C Sharp, example OpenGL, example Unity. Oh, do I see C API? I see a C API. There is nothing though that tells us whether this thing, you know what, we could rip grep for, so we can rip grep for X11. No result? Wait, in here. Sure. Oh, okay. We do have a bunch of X11 stuff. Okay, here's the question. Wayland? Oh, there we go, man. So it does support Wayland. You know what? We might have a winner. If this library works, we have a winner. It just needs to work like just a little bit, right? It doesn't even need to work too much. Just work the right amount. And then we have a winner, which also, by the way, this supports Windows as well. So that allows us to hit the ground running also on Windows. So this seems frankly great. And it has a C API. So there's a C header file with a C API, which is great. So what is not to love? I'm curious about the example OpenGL. I'm curious if there's an example that deals with just C and not C++. Example Unity has nothing in it. A CMake list. Why? Okay. Definitely not put a lot of effort into this one, huh? Let's look at the release notes. That's it. That's it. And we're at major version 17. Okay. Created by a dude. Okay. In 2021. Okay. This says C API. Okay, dude. So this says C API. Why are you lying to me though then? Why are there namespaces? Why are there colons? And then extern C. Okay, this stuff is an end inside of an end if. Wait, there's an else? If defines C++. Okay, so but why isn't this shit inside screen capture H? Incomprehensible. Okay. Well, in any case, if C++ is not defined, then we should be good. We don't get the garbage. Monitor on frame changed. Monitor on frame changed with context. Wrapper ref. I don't know. Let's try this bad boy. I guess the starting question is, okay, after we looked at the interface, seems vaguely reasonable, maybe. Can't say for real. The question is, how do we build it? In the README, do they say anything about building? Library usage. Only define what you're interested in. Do not define a callback for on mouse change if you don't want that information. If you do, the library will assume that you want mouse information and monitor that. So don't. Okay, I won't. Jesus. Again, don't define callbacks. Yeah, okay, I got it. Man, okay. If you do, the library will do extra work assuming you want the information. Yes, I got it. Each monitor or window will run in its own thread, so there is no blocking or internal synchronization. If you are capturing 3 monitors, a thread is capturing each monitor. Okay, this guy really loves repeating the same thing back and forth. Look at this one is written in Zig. And instead I can. Or rather, not on that window, but yeah, I have it on the side, so don't worry. I'll get to it eventually. Let's see. Cross-platform screen capture library. PrimeTap can deliver live frame information from your screen. Capture GIFs. Export frames PNGs. Why? I wanted a screen capture app that lets me control compression, quantization, dithering, and surprisingly, there's nothing I can do all of this for the major assets except FFmpeg. But it's a command line tool. I mean, technically, we do depend on FFmpeg as a library. We have we have lib whatever the fuck is gonna be. I don't know if it's in libav codec or it's in another library, but we have FFmpeg. So if FFmpeg can do this, I don't know. That's an option. But you know what? Let's see. Hopefully, once this library is mature, I'll be able to use it to build such an app. You can try Licecap. It's pretty solid. Cross-platform. Screen capture kit and core graphics. AV foundation at some point. Inter2 API. Linux figure something out with WLAN/dbus. If only we could see the fucking commit information, man. But that is cool. Two commits. So 2 commits from 2024, huh? That is unfortunate because that means that this library is old in terms of Zig. And there is stuff though. That's cool. So the macOS stuff, I don't care because that one I have it covered. I care about Linux and Windows. I think the problem is that this person probably had an experience that is, well, they had different motivations than me, but they had an experience that probably isn't too dissimilar from mine because they also went for the macOS one, which I did myself as well. So like, unfortunately, this doesn't help me because I need somebody who is coming at this from the opposite perspective. I need somebody who wants the Windows and Linux version first and maybe doesn't even care about the macOS one because that's the one that I have. So yeah, I'll look at the build script though. Let's look at the dependencies. Zig Objective-C and clap. Wait, why is Zig Objective-C? Why is Zig Objective-C when there is Objective-C code in here? I would have written more of this stuff in Objective-C personally. Like, I don't have anything against this approach. Like, I'm not saying that this is like, oh, it's conceptually wrong or anything like that. But given my personal experience, if once you learn how to write Objective-C, just write Objective-C. You have the tooling, you have go-to definition, you just have tooling support that you just don't have from this. And yeah, I don't know. I guess if you write Objective-C, you still need to have a CABI theme that connects Z code to the Objective-C code. If you use this, well, you actually need the same, but I guess you can be more agile with it. Yeah, but I don't know. In any case, yeah, unfortunately, this is not good. I mean, cool project. In a sense, it's kind of a shame that this person never pushed this to completion. But such is life. What is this? Cocos Incorporated? What? Licecap it rules. Untitled notepad. Oh, but it's a screen capture. I see. That's clever. Thing is, this is a program, not a library. Mm, yes, your XSHM is being filtered. I think the Google thinks that it's porn. I mean, in Google's defense, when you type that into Google, you get porn back. So, you know, at least they're not fully making that up. They do give you porn when you type that. So, oh wait, for Windows and OS X, so that also doesn't help. Okay. So far, this is the best candidate. Can we build an example application? So, for example, example Unity, we cannot build. There's nothing in there. But example CPP, is this real? This is real, right? So maybe this is going to be something that we can... I guess what I would like is seeing a proof that this thing actually runs. The fastest way possible. CMake time, indeed. So what is it? MK dir build. I don't have CMake. Wait, what do I need other than CMake? Show me some examples. What do I do when I build Zig? Ninja, Python, CMake, ZSD, zlib. I like this. Could not find X11. Yeah. Wait. No, that's a problem. We had an X shell with X11 mentioned in it. Sorg lib X11. Hey Dylan, thank you for the raid. Raid and run. Thank you. Hope you had a nice stream. Hello everybody. Welcome everybody to a Awebo stream. So Awebo is Codeberg, Awebo chat, Awebo. Awebo is a chat application meant to be an open source alternative to Discord. This is a screenshot of it. Doesn't look super good. That's fine. That's all according to plan for now. But I have voice calls working and I have screen share working. But more specifically, I have screen share working from macOS to other platforms, meaning that I have support on all platforms for decoding video streams because I use FFmpeg. But the system integration, in order to capture the screen share, in order to capture the screen, is implemented only on macOS. Now I'm looking into getting something going on Linux and Windows. The goal would be to have a custom implementation for each platform where everything is native and we have full control over every single freaking thing that the platform allows us to do, which actually has already proven to be really convenient on macOS, because macOS has some funky stuff that other OSs don't have, which you definitely want to leverage. But in the meantime, it would be fine to use a library that implements already this stuff so that we can essentially just hit the ground running, so that we have something going. And maybe the implementation is not amazing, but it's good enough so that we have so that people can hop on a call and screen share with one another. And then ideally after that, after we have a baseline, then we can make a custom implementation for a custom backend essentially for each OS. This is already a strategy that we are adopting for the audio integration with the system. I successfully implemented screen capture for macOS myself natively, essentially without depending on anything that is not an operating system API. And that was easy. That was nice. So good job, Apple, there. I failed spectacularly at trying to do that with audio because the API that, according to Apple, should be the perfect fit for my use case, for the use case of an application of this kind, is absolutely inadequate. I used AV Audio Engine when I should have used Core Audio. In hindsight, now I know. But yeah, I didn't know that at the time. So I attempted and then I failed. So now I deleted that. And now we have Mini Audio, which is a multi-platform library for audio. And that's what we use on platforms. But again, the goal is still to use that for now and then eventually have our own custom implementation. Hopefully, being able to do that successfully the next time. But for screen share, we have macOS, as I said. And now I want get something going for, at the very least, Linux. Windows, is right now in kind of a mildly problematic situation. It's a temporary issue, but essentially there were some regressions in the way that Zig handles C header files. And right now, Awebo on Windows does not build. It used to build, but now it doesn't build anymore because of regressions in the way that header files are handled. So essentially, we need to... is in DeepSheet because of FFmpeg. Why? I would not agree, Der Teufel. Why do you think that? I mean, right now we do have a runtime we do have a system dependency on FFmpeg, but FFmpeg builds for Windows, as far as I know. Yes, the GUI is DVUI, correct. Oh wait, you're linking to the docs? Okay, I would have linked to the website or the Oh, you know what? Never mind. I was supposed to say I would have linked to the GitHub repo. That's not a good link now. Oh man, yeah, man. Can I rant just a little bit? Can I be a little bit mad? Just for a few seconds, okay? Just 1 minute of rant. Okay, 1 minute of rant. Just one. So there's Armin, who is the author of Flask, and he blogs. He's somewhat famous. He has a blog post where I don't even know where it is at this point, where essentially he was complaining. He was complaining that yeah. So he was complaining GitHub is slowly dying. He posted this like way after GitHub started falling apart. And he said he was one of the people that essentially was complaining, saying that we were making a political move when we moved off of Discord, when Zig moved off of Discord. And then after a while, after seeing GitHub feeding itself all the time, he still didn't think of change his mind. He still like doubled down on this idea. So he said, I definitely cringed when Zig moved to Codeberg, ! But now I see people with real weight and signal talking about leaving GitHub. I mean, I get it. Maybe we are a bunch of clowns. Maybe we seem like a bunch of clowns. But normally, maybe you think that these people are a bunch of clowns, and then you see them behave in a certain way, and then after a while, you see evidence that their behavior was not all that clownish after all. Maybe you should reevaluate your original idea. And he just doesn't. I don't know. By the way, it's not a big deal. It's whatever. It's an opinion, and he obviously I think that he's wrong. But it's not. It's nothing to be really mad about. But man, every time I see GitHub shitting itself. Anyway, end of rant. By the way, for the people interested in the VUI, please do not let my absolute garbage attempt at AUI make you think that DVUI doesn't look good. DVUI can look good. This is me not attempting to make it look good, not even remotely. So I'm purposely leaving the UI to be crap because it takes effort to make the UI look good, and now it's not my priority. Yeah, Fizzy Editor. Is a good example. Is there a web demo of it? It's tough. You know what? I can imagine Foxy potentially being able to get close. There's a web button? Where? Holy shit. I was looking at it and not recognizing it. Thank you. I'm blind. Okay, there you go. So this looks good. Is there an open file that is not cringe? Can I do like new file in here? Oh, right. This is an editor. Wait, how do I get wait, because this is after the rewrite, right? So does this have pixel editing in it? No. I mean, I know that it's a plugin now, but does the web build contain it? This is before the plugin rewrite, but then why did new file drop me into a text file? It would have dropped me into a an image editing thing, right? Anyway, these animations are cool. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it justice. So I guess you'll have to make do with the screenshots here. But you can use the VUI to do cool stuff. That's for sure. Okay, so xorg libx11. I guess that's what we want. Maybe. You know what? Let's get also xorg libx.ext. I'm not even sure what that is, but you know what? We had it there. Why not keep it around again? We failed. Let's see. Fun x11. So okay. X open display, connect, blah blah blah. Building shared library. Do we have to? Can we build a static library? .NET executable not found. It's fine. It's fine. You should install .NET. No, I won't. Deprecation warning. Example OpenGL GFW CMake lists. CMake minimum required. Compatibility with CMake lower than 3.10 will be removed in a future version. Okay. Update the version argument for use. Using X11 for window creation. Error. Render headers not found. Install libx render development package. I don't think that's gonna be it though. They don't have they never have lib as, oh no, some of them they do have lib in them. Oh wait, is it under Xorg still? Like this? I don't think that's it. Holy shit, it is. Xenorama. Right, we knew about this. Don't tell me. Xorg, libx, Xenorama. I don't know, man. This is Eve. Oh, holy shit, it was right. Let's go. X cursor. Okay. Man, I'm delighted that, oh my god, X input. Okay. I'm delighted that these are working out first try. God damn it. God damn it, man. I jinxed it, I guess. install libxi. What the fuck? Oh no. Configuring done. CMake error. The following variables are used in this project, but they are set to not found. Please set them or make sure they are set or tested correctly in the CMake files. What? X11 xtst lib. What? Took some time to find it. The UI seems interesting though. If I had to do a GUI, why wouldn't I use a proven EM GUI C bindings instead of something potentially in development? I mean, that's a reasonable choice. If you want something that is more feature complete, potentially more well established, then surely go for it. One reason to want to prefer being an early adopter of a potentially incomplete library is that the VUI has an interface, an API designed for usage from Zig. You can totally use C EM GUI libraries also from Zig if you want. That works. Nothing can stop you from doing that. But those libraries tend to rely heavily on macros to give you a syntax sugared API. And the macros that they use are untranslatable to Zig. So that means that you would have to essentially either use the desugared interface or make your own abstraction to accommodate for that. In general, what you will find is that C is really poor in terms of metaprogramming. So yeah, I mean, it can totally work, but there are compromises there. I'll give you one example that DVUI does really well. I'll be real quick and then go back to what I was doing. But how start end is done in Zig with defer. So if we look at, for example, something in GUI, I don't know, channel list. So if we look at channel list, here I'm creating a horizontally aligned box. Here I'm creating a menu, and here I think I'm creating entries inside the menu or something like this. Let me see if I can find something more self-explanatory. New chat floating window. No, like here I'm already looking at complicated shit. Okay, channel list. I think this one should be simple enough, right? Scroll area, and then inside the scroll area, there's a for loop that defines each item. Defer runs at the end of scope, so this defer closes the menu item as we exit this scope here, while this defer also does the same, but it ends at this scope, so it means that this scroll area will be open throughout the body of this function. So this is fine, but here's what I wanted to point out. At source. I think right. The C libraries, I think, can do the same if they want, but I think they do that via macros. But essentially, what at source does is that it makes it so that when you're running, when you want to debug with DVUI, and one of these widgets has a runtime error, DVUI will be able to tell you which line the widget has been instantiated on because you give it information about where this thing is defined in the source. So this acts both as a unique identifier that is sometimes used for storing temporary information, like you have a text area where you're typing into the temporary buffer that holds the text that the user has typed in the box will be tied to a unique key defined as a function of this line and column information. So all in all, it's nice, and I think that some of the compliant metaprogramming in Zig helps make certain things happen more smoothly. Not necessarily in terms of runtime behavior. I would not be surprised if the C libraries have optimal runtime behavior as this one, or you know what, maybe even better. I don't know. But in general, I think there is to gain from having comp time available to you when you're doing this stuff. And so that is a non-trivial reason. Not necessarily strong enough to really make you want to buy into an incomplete ecosystem, of course. Again, you need to have a early adopter mindset if you want to do that. But there's another thing, which is DVUI is multi-platform, and also it supports cross-compilation out of the box. I don't know how. I'm sure that you can obtain the same end result with C libraries, but I don't know how much more work you need in order to do that. So in a sense, this by virtue of being a Zig libraries has the same priorities that you always find in the Zig ecosystem. So one key property being supporting cross compilation. In the C world, is not as easy to do that. So if that, you can totally do it. It makes total sense to use a C library. Plenty of people are using DR EM GUI instead of using DVUI, and that's totally legitimate. But there are some things to gain also by going native Zig. I've been working on a personal project using STP image and GLM. Never heard of GLM. Via Bazel rules Zig, not build a Zig though. Okay. That also relies somewhat on macro definitions. How do you feel about binary network protocols in Zig? I saw Tiger Beetle do it where they use plain TCP and extra stuff struct to pass data around. Sounds simple and appealing to try, but I wonder if for non-strict use case like a database, is something valuable that can evolve, or I'm better off using HTTP? My goal is a local first Zig client that also syncs data from to a remote Zig server. Think of something like linear. You know what the problem is? I don't know what linear is. Well, I can tell you that I can show you what we have in Awebo, and I'm not showing it to you as an example of something that you should necessarily replicate or that is optimal in any specific way. So my recommendation is just still apply your critical thinking, but just to show you something. Protocol. Yeah. So the way I do it is that I have normal structs. They're not even external structs. They are normal structs. And then I have a, let's look at these ones. So for example, call update. You're in a call and you are either muting or deafening yourself, right? You press the corresponding button to mute yourself, for example, and you want to tell everybody else that you're now muted. So how does this look like? It's a struct that has two fields, and then there's a single byte that defines, it's kind of a prefix. Every time you send this message, like the first thing that the network thing will do is read a single byte and put that in a switch, and each one of these guys needs to have a unique marker so that it recognizes what to expect afterwards. And then I have some metaprogramming that implements serialization and deserialization routines by doing introspection on this field. You can imagine, right, how this works. This one is going to be essentially the letter K followed by two booleans, which are, I think, are single byte. So this thing is 3 bytes, the letter K, and then 1 byte for this, 1 byte for this. Others can be more complicated. So for example, this guy has, this is an integer, this is another integer, and then a couple booleans. Some might have also strings. When something has a string, so strings are implemented as being length prefixed. So every string specifies what is the integer size of its length prefix. So here we're saying that this thing can essentially expects 3 bytes for length. So essentially every string in the system how can I say, they are not forced to have the same length type. but it's not also, but it's neither like full variable length where you have to read the bit pattern to know how many bits to expect afterwards of length. So it's an in between. In any case, my point is this is a super simple setup that works. It's not optimal. It's not something like Tiger Beetle where they can essentially cast the memory back into the data. Here, there is a parsing step. So I don't know. This is super simple and it works. I could see eventually swapping this with something else. But yeah, for now, this works. So I don't know. What is my take on binary network protocols? Frankly, I think I don't think there is one solution. I don't think there's like one golden answer for everybody. It really depends on your use case. I would say that if you're making again, I'm not sure I understood whether you are trying to do a database or not, but if you are trying to do something like a database, I would argue that you don't need HTTP. I would skip HTTP unless you're doing something that is already webby enough. And I would aim for something better, something more tailored to your use case. Other than that, I don't have any specific recommendation. Try the Tiger Beetle style, see if that works for you. Be aware that the Tiger Beetle style comes with its own set of nuances. For example, you need to be careful about big endian versus little endian machines, because if you just cast the bytes of the data stream verbatim, then endianness will play a role. Also, you need to worry about malicious messages, data corruption. So that is also something that you need to worry about. And yeah. I'm a backend software engineer in C# and I'm bored. How can I switch to systems programming or low-level programming? The Zig mark is hard. The Zig mark? What is the Zig mark? There are big endian machines. Yeah. I can learn that because before I started working in corporate as a backend engineer, I already did some low-level stuff in 2016, 2018 in C++ and C, but I forget a lot. Not the basics. I'm trying to choose between Rust or Zig. I think that from the perspective of learning lower level programming, market, I see. From the perspective of learning lower level programming, I think that, by the way, I'm biased. I work at the Zig Software Foundation. I like Zig, so you do not expect me to give you an opinion where I don't prefer Zig over Rust or other alternatives. But with that being said, I genuinely think that Zig is the better choice, probably the best choice that you can make today when it comes to learning lower level programming. It really gives you a very clear view of lower level programming in a way that Rust doesn't, in my opinion. And that has to do in part because with Rust, you will want to program inside of safe Rust mostly. And in safe Rust, you have rules that are specific to Rust, lifetimes and whatnot. And those are useful abstractions, but they are abstractions nevertheless. Rust also has unsafe Rust, but unsafe Rust has extra rules that don't apply either normally. Like even if you're writing unsafe Rust, you are still dealing with Rust-specific semantics and abstractions. So that kind of is... you can think of it as a plastic layer almost between you and lower level programming. So there's that. That being said, I think that today the job market for Rust is bigger than the one for Zig. So if your goal is to find a job, you will probably have a much easier time finding a job in Rust than Zig today. So keep that in mind. The Rust is more mature, so you will find a more mature ecosystem, more libraries that you can depend on. You will find more, libraries and more books that teach you how to do Rust. So, so in that sense, you will have an easier time. So I don't know. What I would say is, if your goal is to make a move trying to maximize the utility for your own career, I would pick Rust over Zig. If your goal is to maximize your own learning, then I think that Zig would be preferable over Rust, even today. But here's the silver lining. Whichever you choose, there are skills that transfer between all of these languages, and it's essentially systems programming. Like, systems programming is the same. If you're writing a program that deals with the file system APIs that you can access are the ones that the operating system gives you. So they're going to be the same for Rust and Zig. So that part will transfer one-to-one. Doesn't matter the language. The language will maybe make it easier, like the path of least resistance to make something happen in one language versus the other will differ, maybe, depending on the language. And each of these approaches will put more emphasis on certain things rather than the other. But ultimately, the fundamentals are going to be the same. So I wouldn't even worry too much. I rust on the job, sadly. I mean, Quint, you're probably already having a experience that I don't know the details of your job, so ultimately you will have to be the one, who passes the final judgment. But chances are that you're already experiencing a top, I don't know, 1, 2, 3% of what the job market has to offer. Like, again, I don't know the details of your job, so there's a variety. Like, the language that you use by itself doesn't paint the full picture, not even remotely. But based solely on what we do know, which is the language, chances are that you're already doing kind of well. Somebody was mentioning being a C# software engineer. Man, C# fucking sucks. I would take Rust over C# any day of the week. Again, that's not enough to really know the details about your job, but boy, do I hate the C# ecosystem. Everything Microsoft sucks. Yeah, I tend to agree. Okay. I use Rust at job and I hate macros and hate the control flow. Sorry to hear about that. I mean, I share your perspective, but I share some opinions. Michio Hashimoto. I'm trying to learn Rust/C for job purposes, but Zig for fun, and I wait until Zig becomes more important in the market. I see. So what is this? The following variables are used for this project, but are set to not found. And what are these? Is it this? What does that even mean? Linked by target screen capture light shared in directory, blah, blah, blah. What is this? xtst lib. Oh, wait, is this a weird error that's still telling me that it's a dependency that I'm missing? Man, after seeing xorg libxi, this is like libshi. Okay, so maybe xtst is another stupid dependency of this kind. So xorg libxtst. It is. Holy shit. We succeeded. It's an X11 testing library. We built the build. How do we say static? How do we... does anybody know what is the flag to tell CMake that I want a static library, not a dynamic one? Also, maybe I would like to build the examples or something. No, I guess building the examples, you have to get into their own thingy. Are you finding this build? Not yet. I'm trying to run the build first. Neurosite, I'll give you context. I want to get screen sharing. Actually, you know what? I'll give you more context. So here's what I've done recently with Awebo. I have ported Awebo to latest Zig 017. So it now builds for macOS and Linux. Windows, it's borked still, although their Teufel has made some progress. We're waiting for David Vanderson to come back from vacation so that he can merge the changes from their Teufel. Although this is still on the 017X branch, so you know what, that doesn't matter much. And if we want, we can depend on the PR branch. But the point is, Windows support is not quite there yet, but we are making progress, and it seems that it's not that bad. Their Teufel was complaining about FFmpeg on Windows earlier. I don't remember if he actually replied to me or not, because to me, FFmpeg on Windows doesn't seem this big of a deal, but he was complaining about it. In any case, right now, FFmpeg is a system dependency. The FFmpeg project on all your code base builds, but is not... it's missing a bunch of logic to turn on some... at least on ARM, it's not turning on some instruction set detection stuff. I've experienced a software encoder be slower when depending on all your code base FFmpeg versus system FFmpeg. And also some codecs are disabled and I don't know how to turn them on, or rather the hardware acceleration version of certain codecs. That's still work in progress, but you can depend on system FFmpeg or an FFmpeg that you build yourself with the official build scripts, and you should have a good time. Now, how complicated it is on Windows, I don't know. It doesn't seem too complicated to me, but their Teufel, who is the one actually trying to touch this stuff on Windows, was mentioning that it was a problem, so I don't know the details there. But in any case, Linux and macOS work. I deleted the custom audio backend on AYC FFmpeg didn't like building on Windows last time I tried. Yeah, that's fine, but that's also okay. Thank you for quoting the message. That's still not a problem though, or rather, that's still not right now. You shouldn't be using that anyway because that's going to be borked. That thing has still some work that needs to be done with regards to the codecs. So you should be depending on a official build of FFmpeg regardless. And I don't think that's that bad to get going on Windows, although, you know what, I don't know for sure. Okay, so I deleted the AV audio engine, audio backend of Awebo, and now we're using Mini Audio for all platforms. Mini Audio had some serious concurrency bugs in it, which were known. They were not a secret. Antlang, who contributed it, Antlak? I don't remember if there's another N. In any case, the person who contributed that backend did tell me that there were these problems there. We just never bothered fixing them, or rather, I personally had never bothered fixing them because I was using my own backend. But now I deleted it because I'm done with AV Audio Engine. I don't want to see that shit ever again in my life. So we're using Mini Audio for everything. I fixed the concurrency problems, at least, to the degree that at least when it came to the concurrency issues that I knew about. I've been playing with Awebo lately. and I can join and leave calls, nothing crashes. So that seems fine. Although I have to do more testing. But if everything is as it seems, it means that we have voice calls working for Mac and Linux. I mean, technically also Windows, except that Windows just the whole application itself doesn't build. So where does that leave us? macOS has a screen capture backend that works. So that time, the screen capture kit API on macOS actually worked beautifully, and I was able to implement it correctly, or at least correctly enough. So that's fine. But we don't have a screen share backend, or rather, sorry, a screen capture backend for Linux and Windows. So the next step would be to implement that. What I was hoping is, what if there was a library? Sorry, this is a long story, but we're finally getting to the end of it. What if there was a library, kind of like Mini Audio, but for screen capturing, so that we can use that temporarily to hit the ground running, to get something going, and then ideally we make incremental improvements, and at some point we stop using it for one platform or another as we build the proper in-house implementation of it, which is what we already have for macOS, right? So I found this library that seems to be offering this. It supports Mac, Linux, and Windows. We're not going to use it for Mac because we have my own implementation that actually works well. But the plan is to use it for Linux and I guess maybe Windows once we get that compiling again. So I'm in the process of evaluating it though, because it's a C++ library. So you never know what you're gonna get from it. And this is me trying to get the CMake to build. And so my goal is now to get this building, build the test projects, the example projects, see if the example projects work on my machine, ideally. Like I want essentially to do the minimum amount of work necessary to have this thing actually show me that it's capable of doing screen capture on my machine. If that happens successfully, then I will have gained some confidence that this thing is not completely broken. And then I'm gonna try to make a build script for it, and then we're gonna depend on it in a Weibo temporarily, in the same way in which we are depending on Mini Audio. And hopefully, as we start using it more, I can gain some help from people that are like into this stuff, who could ideally implement it correctly. That's the idea. Wait, this is copying the examples in here as well. Okay, but how do I make it build a static library, not a dynamic one? Fuck. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not even guaranteed to work. Whatever. Oh, shit. To build for Ninja, you have to pass the Ninja flag, and I didn't pass the Ninja flag. Whatever. Okay. Okay, this is claiming that it works. That's fine. Cool. Fail to load GLX. What's GLX? So no pipe wire. We'll get there. My idea is right now to use. So yeah, no, that's a good point. No, that means no pipe wire. As I was reading more into it, it's not that you can use just pipe wire itself. I think that it's pipe wire plus other shit that you need to get going. So I was hoping to just use the same strategy as mini audio. Just take the easier path, which is a bad idea in the long run. Like the depending on a library of this kind to do something that is so core to our application, it's a bad idea. Um, there is no doubt there. But again, with the idea of just getting something going, it's fine. Yeah. So think of it as a prototypal step. So how do you get GLX? Also, isn't GLX the gear stuff? What the fuck? Mesa drivers, OpenGL. What is but what is GLX? GLX in Nix shell. um. Oh right, GLX info. I don't get it. What am I supposed to do? Graphics enabled true. I'm still interested in doing some sort of terminal session-based screen sharing via a Weibo. I think that would be very cool. Yeah. In my list of priorities, I really want to unblock the ability to use a Weibo for maybe day to day is a strong word, but I want to unblock a Weibo for the weekly ZSF meeting. I really want to get there. And after that, I don't know what my personal list of priorities will be, and I will be more open to things that are not necessarily super core, but depending on what people's interests are. Yeah, but we really need to get there. Okay, so what am I supposed to do in here? GLX, OpenGL. It's not OpenGL. What is this thing? Um, NixGL solved the OpenGL problem with Nix. Oh my god, what is the OpenGL problem? Okay, what was the error? libglx. Verify your graphics driver installation. Oh, Minecraft can't load GLX. I'm LD library path. Hmm. Oh, I don't even have Nix locate. Perfect. Okay, so we make a shell.nix and pray that this works? I don't know. Let's see. Oh my god, can you fucking work, please? Ah. So that should also have picked up my thing. Oh, is it with a dollar sign? Awesome. I guess I should do ENV, but I think I have some stuff in ENV that I shouldn't show, so I don't know. Let's see. Now this still gives us this. I guess we can unload this example. This is not the end of the world. Oh, what if I hate this. Why has this application what? Why has this application started eating my inputs when it shouldn't? Um what if I do this? I don't think that will change anything, but yeah. Okay, we have something going, not a lot though. Um okay, so how do we test this next? So to continue, let's take the other example at face value, and let's trust that it was correctly screen capturing and not lying to us. Although I would have liked to see, you know, some actual real feedback. But okay, frame grabber, window frame grabber. Okay. Um, let's try to get this working inside of a webo, maybe. So we want to essentially mirror this. Oh, we can't even load this. It's fine. We have the source code in here. Um, don't use this header in production code. It's internal. For a reason it will change. It's there for tests only. Okay, dude. Oh, this adds screen capture C API. Interesting. This is our main function. Test copy contiguous, test copy non-contiguous. Checking for permission to capture the stream. Is screen capture enabled? Can request screen capture. Application is allowed to capture the screen. Application not allowed to capture the screen. Waiting for permission. With a hard while loop plus sleep. Okay. Cannot capture screen. Good monitors. Get monitors. Bad monitors. Wait, what? Why is the first call good monitors? Why is the second call bad monitors? What? Okay. These have to be inside bounds. These have to be outside bounds. Running display capturing for 10 seconds. Create frame grabber. Running window capturing for 10 seconds. Running partial display capturing for 10 seconds. Pausing for 10 seconds. Resuming for 5 seconds. Testing. Changing the interval during runtime for race conditions. Hammer the set frame interval for race conditions. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Okay. Changing capture rate to 1 second. 4K image. Okay. Go to definition. Oh, that doesn't work. Lame. There we go. Create capture configuration. Get monitors. Start capturing. Okay, so essentially we're passing in. Oh, there you go. Uncomment the below code to write image to disk for debugging. There we go. That's actually what I was hoping to see. On frame changed. On new frame. On mouse changed. Uncomment to write the image to disk for debugging. I don't know. Let's try. All right, make. Hmm. How do you open an image? What's the like preview tool on Linux that I should be using to look at an image? XDG open. Oh, right. Does this work? Oh, it gives me a browser. Good enough. Okay. And yeah, that looks like a screen capture, doesn't it? We've been screen capturing. All right. So this is definitely good enough for works on my machine. Now, the next question is, can this be built in static mode? Can we build this as a static library instead of a dynamic one? CMake static library. What does LDD say? Well, no, the thing I think at the end of the day, this needs to have dynamic linking happening. That's fine. Uh, but I don't want the library itself to be a dynamic library. Oh wait, you don't specify this on the CLI. It's add library. Wait, what if I say CLI? um, excuse me? Build share libraries. There we go. Okay, right. But if I say no, will that build a static library? Actually, did we have a static library by any chance in there? I don't think we did. For some reason, we have the source in here. Oh no, these are object files. Okay, this is all stuff that should be in cache or something. And there's garbage everywhere. Yeah, but I think the end result is that we only have SO files. Okay. Oh, whoops. I don't want this. CMake build type release. Bye, Quint. Have a nice day. Okay, if I disable build share libs, then it makes static libs. Okay. Okay, this is kind of messy. So there's a CMake list also here. This one specifies which files to pull in or not, depending on the target. This one is the one that has add library static or add library shared. You know what that reminds me? I think we have in all your code base. Oh, shit. Is this gonna build? Okay, this loads. I think we have here some X11 headers that somebody contributed recently. Was it Emmy? I wish I could see. God damn it. But this is cool. Oh, what? Man, this is so convenient. What a convenient convergence. Because, yeah, guess what we have? X11, X cursor, X render, Cinerama, XI, GLX, apparently. Shit, this is missing X test, but I guess that if we make the build ourselves, we don't care about X test. So, very convenient. Very, very convenient. So, I guess it's time to make an all your code base package for this. And we start with Linux. What are we going to call it? Screen capture light. That already exists. Do we change the original? I just call it SCA. SCL. Oh. Invalid fingerprint. Oh, yes. I renamed it. Okay, time to start writing our real script. I am still on the Mac, but I'm inside of an XOS virtual machine. Because we are because I need to do screen capture for Linux, right? So I need a Linux machine to test this out. Okay, so what do we do next? Grab the upstream. Actually, no. Default options. There's also WIO Unix headers, which might be more complete. Oh, thank you. So you were not here originally, but I did ask for people. I did ask people if they had suggestions. Oh, sorry. This is for okay. So this is not like a full screen capture thing. This is just like headers for X11. Oh, this also has Wayland in it. Oh, this has a ton of shit. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Is what Flow GUI uses. Okay, cool. Understood. Yeah, I have two Borks running. So, what do we want to do? Target standard target options. Is it optimized or is it mode? It's optimized, right? Then we want to make a static library. Now, first we want to make a module. Ninja to build Zig transpiler. So our module is going to be b.add module. Name's going to be screen capture light. Root source file. Actually, we don't have one, so no root source file for now. Although we should translate C, I think, its own header file, which should work. I don't expect that to be too insane, so we'll see. Target. Optimize. Then this is not running ZigFMT, I think. This is bad. Why are we not running ZigFMT? Bro, where's my ZigFMT? Is it ZLS that is completely borked? You know what? This might have something to do with ZLS. The chances that this works are not super high. Oh no. What can I say? I told you. Too many requests. Well, fuck you. Yeah, we got through. I know that it's not supported, but come on, do an attempt, man. 601? Is it possible to Zig fetch from a radical repo? Neurosite, this question tells me that you have not read my blog post. And I don't know how I feel about this. I'm joking. I do touch upon this, though, in the blog post. So the way it works is that Radical is essentially Radical as the peer-to-peer protocol requires custom support that we don't have currently. And in order to be able to fetch from Radical, the peer-to-peer network, you need to be a participant in the peer-to-peer network. So you need a Radical identity. You need a local Radical node running. So it is possible to do it. It's not done yet. It has a hard requirement on having a node running locally, which means that if you're not a Radical user, you're not going to be able to fetch through the peer-to-peer protocol. But Radical nodes have the option of exposing an HTTP interface. I have my own Radical node, which runs at radical.christoph. I don't know how to write my name anymore. Christoph.it. But it doesn't look good because it only gives you like an API interface. So you can browse it through a browser, which I could install my own copy if I wanted to, but you can use the default one. It's good enough. So nodes/radical Christoph IT. So this allows you to look at my node, and so here you can see what I'm reseeding. Well, reseeding is not a term. You can see what I'm seeding. So you can see that I'm seeding a Weibo, for example. And when a node has the HTTP interface running, this one, then you can also clone from it. You can do git clone HTTPS, blah, blah. So the answer is we don't have support for the peer-to-peer protocol. We could add it, but it's kind of nuanced because it requires you to be a Radical user. And I don't think we want in the Zig project to have to make it so that people create packages that only build if you have Radical. That seems a bad choice. Zig is supposed to be dependency zero. You shouldn't be required to have Radical running in order to build a Zig project. That being said, you can see how nodes can offer an HTTP interface that allows you to do git clone, and thus it will allow you also to do Zig fetch. One thing that is currently missing that could be implemented, that actually, if we were to really adopt Radical, I would definitely push for. I would try to make an argument to the people developing Radical to make it a fulfilled use case. Is that it would be nice to have a button or something somewhere, like a command in the CLI tool, that allows you to discover as a user of Radical. So you have to be a user of Radical, but it allows you to discover, given a repository ID, all the hosts that are offering it over HTTP, so that you can just copy the full list of host names, paste them in your zone file, and then you have like 10 mirrors listed in your zone file. It's not the ultimate solution, right? The ultimate solution is the Radical ID, but it is still very resilient without having a hard dependency on being a Radical user, like the ability to essentially paste the full list of mirrors that exist. So long story short, there are ways of getting partial benefit from Radical, even without having any custom integration. And the custom integration, it's awesome in many ways, but it does put a hard dependency on being a Radical user, which I don't think we want to force people to be. We could get the peer-to-peer proto working with the Radical Git extension thing that git clone Radical also uses, right? The Radical Git extension speaks with the local node. So what that extension does is communicate with your local node. So it still requires you to have a local node running. Or rather, maybe saying that you have to have a local node running is slightly imprecise. Maybe you could get away with something more sophisticated than that. Like you could implement yourself everything that the node is doing in theory. But in practice, that doesn't change the fact that you still need to have a cryptographic identity that is registered with the Radical network. Because other nodes, like you could create one on the fly, I guess, in theory, but setting aside the performance implications behind that, other nodes might rightfully not being willing to talk to you if you're a super new identity and your IP has been creating, 20 identities in the last 5 minutes. So I would say that is misuse of the network, probably. So that's the idea. What I would say is, if we go with Radical, even just this thing, like the ability to put a bunch of mirrors, that's already a 80% solution. Then we can aim for something more complete and fancy. And I think we should try to. I think that we should try to have better integration with Radical in the Zig package manager. But it cannot be a hard dependency. It should be something that you can leverage if you are a Radical user. But then if you're not a Radical user, you should still be able to get a build going under normal circumstances. Obviously, if the repository exists in Radical and then all the HTTP mirrors that are listed in the zone file are dead and you're not a Radical user, then the build is going to fail and there's nothing you can do. But there shouldn't be a hard dependency. So long story short, it's not a big deal. I think that we can get something meaningful going. Okay, so how am I gonna do without Zig FMT? That sucks. Do I have for some reason, some weirdo configuration setting that prevents FMT from happening? I wouldn't be here, right? It would be in language setting. Oh no, you do run Zig FMT. So it's not a ZLS problem. You run Zig FMT. What's going on? Oh wait, it's format on save, maybe. Oh, is that in the config itself? There we go. We're happy now. Okay. Man, I haven't touched Linux in a while, huh? Where does that Zig icon come from? Some cursed font thing. Is this something that the terminal does? Is it ghosty that I'm guessing is overlaying my font on top of nerd fonts? I think the answer is still this. I think that the people that make these nerd fonts stuff have decided that a given Unicode range is now their turf for placing logos in, and everybody has standardized around that. Like if you search for nerd fonts, that's a thing that shows up in terminal emulators and stuff. They have fallbacks by default. Okay. Okay, screen capture light, target optimize, const lib equals b dot add library. Name. I thought it was a flow control thing. Well, flow control as a TUI application does not have the ability to mess with the font. At least as far as I know. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's some completely messed up extension that allows you um to tell the terminal which font to use. I hope that that is not a thing, but it might. But in general, it's not that like the terminal application should not be font aware. But then yeah, you have this thing where, but what if I want to use a special Unicode escapes to render icons, and then that's what gets you nerd fonts. Um, mm, mm, mm. Root module, then lib dot install header. Oh, we need a dependency at this point, I think. Install headers directory. There's no general font extension for terminals. You could render them as images though. Except for, but no, literally no one does that. Well, in the case of Bork, is because I'm not rendering, hard-coded logos. I'm rendering stuff that I discovered on the network. Emotes are like, if you want to have emotes at all, you have to do that at runtime, or rather, yeah, no, it's like maybe, yeah, I don't know. In theory, you could do some prefetching thing, but it's unfeasible. Like, yeah, you have to download them when you see them being used. There's no way. Okay, install headers directory. Then what else do we put in lib? Actually, nothing, right? We have to put stuff in module. What do we put in module? I guess it depends on the target. So we want to look at source CPP CMake lists, and we want for now to focus on Linux. And we also need to link against other stuff. Whew. Include Linux, set screen capture platform source. So does that mean that include is not just installed, but it's also, I need to do, no, this is, you know what? We leave, I guess we can leave the lib stuff at the end, and then we do b.install artifact lib. Okay, so this goes at the end like this. We don't touch anything else in it, and then everything else goes in module. add include path. Include. Oh, wait. By adding the include path, if you mean, yeah, this is part of the flow control UI, and because I have a Zig file open, then flow control renders a Zig logo here. Yes, but it does so by printing a special Unicode character. If you look at on neurosites, well, GitHub is not working, so you're not gonna be able to follow my advice. But if you look at the if you look at the neurosite's GitHub account and you look for flow syntax, flow dash syntax, I believe that is the repository that contains all the language definitions, which includes there's a like a hash map, like a struct entry that corresponds to Zig, in which you also will see the Unicode character that specifically corresponds to this logo inside of Nerd Fonts. So that's where it's configured. Have you been streaming for 26 hours? No. The Twitch engineers have been vibe coding the interface. I've been on for like a couple of hours, 2 hours and a half. Man. Okay, then Linux. Okay, I think that's how it's supposed to be. Yes, boss. I've introduced the uptime, the stream session length timer. It has a precision of plus minus 24 hours. Or actually, you know what? Wait, what I should say is, oh, you're totally right. It is true that in the context of a live streaming system, 24 hours of imprecision are a bit too much. You are totally right in your pushing back or something like this. You know, the psychopathic LLM reply when it gets caught messing everything up. Okay. So I think that the build itself is not that complicated, right? It's this, and then it's the dependencies. There's also include internal. Yeah, you're right. Call me out on that. By the way, this is disgusting. So the fact that we are including the top level directory and then the lower level directories, this is disgusting. Why people do this? I don't know. I guess they don't know any better. Okay. This seems so far so good. Add definition DSC light DLL when building a shared library, which we are not, so we don't need to do any of this. Target link library is project name static DWM API. I don't know what that is. Find package threads required. Uh-oh. Okay, I think that the C libraries stuff is gonna be a pain in the ass. Also, I think we should build the test C++ executable. DWM is a desktop window manager on Windows since Vista. Okay, so it's a Windows thing. Okay. It surprises me that it's not gated behind anything, any Windows specific thing. Okay. So the next step is we need to depend on that is not what we want. We want this. We want to Zig fetch, and we want what Neurosite suggested, I think, which is this, because we're gonna need also the Wayland shit, so might as well. Okay. Um. mm, mm, mm. Technically, this should be a lazy dependency. And we should be only referencing it here. And I guess we can put it at the bottom. That seems it, frankly. Do we need to more explicitly link against stuff? We kind of do, don't we? Let me think about it. So we need access to the header files, that's for sure. But if we say that we link against something, then we're gonna expect to have the thing available to us, right? So we need. How do you say I want to link, but also I don't have the library itself available. You know what? We'll have the errors guide us. Okay, so this is it. Let's add a test step that builds the screen capture test program. Build and run test program? Nah, just build test program. Just build test program for now, it's fine. Hmm. That cannot be a C++ file, so it's just okay. Did I mess this invocation up? Oh, name goes inside. Okay. Really? Do I create a test mod? This surprises me though. Why can't ZLS figure this out? This is not. Oh my god. There you go. Flags and language. Maybe we don't need anything. Okay. Okay, this is gonna cause a bunch of failures. And now we're gonna have to navigate them one by one and see where that gets us. YOLO. Specialty arguments found one. Oh shit, it's add module that has the name as the first argument, huh? Three arguments found one. Source, destination, relative path, and options. Mm, all dependencies used by build a Zig must be declared corresponding zone file, no dependency named upstream. Oh shit. Wait, this never succeeded? Ah, here we go. Oof. Aster.h not found. Um, yeah, that actually means that we don't need this here. Cinerama. X11 slash extension slash Cinerama not found. But oh, is that a system include path? No. Am I doing Unix headers wrong? Is there no Cinerama? Should we? I lost the thing. I don't see Cinerama in here. Okay. Show me the message. I think I need two different windows. X11 extensions Cinerama. Yeah, it's not there. Okay. There's no Cinerama. Give me an example of something that is actually there, wayland client, just to see that I'm not messing up the invocation. Ah, that is there. There's no Cinerama. That means that this is not good enough. We also need the X11. So the X11 stuff on all your code base had Cinerama, was mentioned in here. Extensions. Wait, do we get lied to? Where's Cinerama? Oh, there we go. Here's Cinerama. So the other one doesn't have it. There's no Cinerama. Well, you know what? You can never have too many X11 header files. That's the way I look at this. Please, I hate this. Okay, motherfucking um, VMware or macOS. I don't know. Something has changed, and it doesn't like the input doesn't go into the focus doesn't go into the virtual machine as I'm tabbing into this anymore. It's so stupid. Okay, let's roll the dice again with we have X11 headers. Do they start with include? No. Didn't Xrunner make Cinerama obsolete years ago? Yes, but this thing depends on it for some reason, so I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Also, we need to make this lazy. You're fucking joking. It's working? Holy shit. We'll see. Let's see what happens with the test now. File hash file not found. Oh, it has underscores in the name. Camel case plus underscores. Sorry, Pascal case plus underscores. It is a little bit evil, if you ask me. Screen capture.h not found. Is it in here? It's not. Well, we need to include wait, that is actually interesting. Oh, because this is for this module, not the other module. Oh, okay. 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 Because now we need to correctly link X SHM. Wait, XSHM? That's the porn thing that we were looking at earlier. Man, that was Schrodinger's, not Schrodinger's, what's it called? Chekhov's um, porn acronym. It's like, you know, in a series where a seemingly not interesting detail turns out that comes back into play into the main story. Wow, what a narrative twist. Yeah, we need to do linking. We are not linking. This is where we need to do linking. So X11. Cinerama, X input. We actually had the list on the this project's README. It was up here. Cinerama, X11, libx fixes. I don't know. Let's see where that gets us. Expected two arguments, found one. What do you want? Needed. Causes dynamic libraries to be linked regardless whether they are actually dependent on. When false, dynamic libraries with no reference symbols will be omitted by the linker. Okay. Weak use package config, preferred link mode dynamic, path first. Okay, so default options are good enough for us. Right? Okay, so this all worked. We need more dependencies now. Get image. XTST. I don't know if we have this. Okay, we still have a few things missing. Detach, create image, attach, get image. Okay, so we need to fix this. And I don't know, then we're going to be happy and successful, hopefully. Oh, you know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing that these are these are problems when building the library, not this. Oh, you know what? I think that this might be something that we need to either. Okay, I'm gonna copy this, comment them out, and I'm gonna move them to the module here, here. Yeah, because it's that guy that links against these things. Did anything change? No. Okay, so placing it, so it doesn't matter where we place them? What are we missing here? Oh, right. I know what we're missing. These guys were missing. So we're missing X render probably. X cursor, X render. And maybe we don't need this. You know what? Let's comment also X fixes. Maybe we don't need that one either. Oh shit, we lost one. So never mind. We do need X fixes. Okay, X render and X cursors have done nothing for us. We still have these 4 missing symbols, so they're somewhere else. Okay, give me a second. I'll go take a very quick bathroom break, and then once I come back, I figure out which library contains this stuff, and we link against it, I guess. I'll be right back. I'm back. libxext, thank you. Hey, Burkasen, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you very much. Yo, it's working. Works on my VM. So we got it working. To be honest, that wasn't even that bad as far as packaging C++ projects can go. This has been extremely smooth sailing. I mean, cool. So what does this mean? This means that we can now add this as a dependency to, well, we need to publish it, but then we can add this as a dependency to a webo, and in theory we can get a webo to pull from the screen. Is the audio/video out of sync? No, it's not for me. I don't think it's for anybody else. Refresh. That's what people are saying on YouTube. How can a beginner develop a programming mindset and write large scale programs? AI. No, I'm joking. um, I think I don't have a better answer than just experience. The more you get used to writing software, the better you get at it, and at some point, it gets easier for you to split a problem space into reasonable submodules. And there is no one silver bullet for it, in my opinion. And what people will teach you as like preheated, TV dinner approaches to software architecture are roughly as good as TV dinners are. That is their shit. So yeah, I don't have any better suggestion, frankly, than just do programming. Over time, you will get a better handle to it, and read source code written by other people that are more experienced than you. That also helps. You can steal ideas from them. You can steal patterns. Um, and yeah, leave the experience of getting a project from being simple to growing into something more complicated, and see how far you can push it before, crashing hard, which is fine. It can happen. The thing is, software isn't born at large scale. Even the largest scale software. Well, okay, you know what? Maybe if you work at one of the big tech companies, maybe the life cycle of a piece of software can be different. But in the normal world, the vast majority of software starts as something small, and then it grows organically into something bigger. So your goal is not how do I learn how to create complicated structure code. Your goal is to learn how to take simpler stuff and then incrementally add more stuff to it and make it more complicated, more sophisticated. And um, my point is that you don't only care about the end destination, you care about the path that gets you there. Because things go wrong on the path. They don't go wrong at the end. They go wrong on the path. Or I don't know. They can also go wrong at the end. I guess you pick a wrong design and then you get to the wrong design. But I would argue that the vast majority of failures happen on the path towards maybe what is a potentially sensible design, but you fail to reach the destination. So um, why are you using a credit card? That credit card is what do you call it? It's out of date. You can't use it. It's disabled. Um so yeah, there's that. Uh okay, let's publish this. Should I put this on all your code base? I mean, this is an all your code base type of thing. Holy shit, wait, we can oh my god, we can see the image. We can see the logo. Holy cow. Let's go GitHub. Should we do that? Should we go on my personal GitHub? I don't know. Uh, let's put it on all your code base. Oh, never mind. I thought that going to all your code base would help me with this, but it doesn't. What? Jumpstart your project with Copilot optional for now. Tell Copilot Cloud Agent what you want to build with this repository. After creation, Copilot will open a pull request with generated files such as basic app starter code and other features you described. Then request your review when it's ready. Oh man, only 30,000 characters? How am I gonna have Copilot make me reach? Well, I guess I could just type make me reach, make no mistakes. Whew. God damn it, man. No. Okay, now I want to try to fix this. Let's see if this solves it. No, it doesn't. There's just shit that keeps eating my keybinds when it shouldn't. Yeah. Remote generate exists. Respect does not match any. Source respect does not match any. What does that mean? Oh, I've never made a commit, probably. That's the problem. Oops. Okay. This calls for moving to radical. I see that a lot of people have been radicalized, huh? Not just me. Sorry, checking some messages. Okay. So we have STL. Cool. Go to Awebo, git pull, git log, remove AV audio engine interface. Is this the last commit or have I forgotten something? This concurrency mini audio, no? Git push. Oh, wait, I just didn't pull. Look, I'm pressing, and it's not grabbing focus. This is driving me fucking insane. I'm pressing and it's not grabbing focus. Oh, wait. I was inside the thing. Oh, no. But I was right. Look, this guy was grabbing the G's. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm pressing G. I'm pressing arst. Here's arst. Why is this not grabbing focus? I'm going insane. This used to work. When you tab into a full screen application, Mac, what would you expect to happen? Like, what would you think the user would want to do? Yeah, so this is not working as intended. Git push everything up to date. Why does this say that the last one is the mini audio concurrency issues? Christopher Webo, yeah, which gets redirected. I'm confused. I am confused. Why is this commit not showing? Okay, normal git log. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is here. Wait, why is this git log not showing what I want to see? Oh, wait. Is this like a... Shit, it's like slightly too much. Okay. Was it underscore? Yeah. So do we make it lazy? Ah, it's fine. Doesn't matter. So in here, what we want to do is in setup GUI. In setup GUI, if the target is Linux, pulse audio, then we do const scl equals b.dependency screen capture light. We do want to specify target and optimize. Although for optimize, we want depth optimize. Then We want GUI.root module link library. Screen capture light. Does it take options? I don't think it does it? It doesn't. Okay, perfect. So that gets us screen capture light. That's kind of it. Well, we're missing the header files. Oh yeah, you know what? Right. We don't want to do this here. We want to do this in Translate C. Like this. We want this. And as part of this, we also want this. So what's the Linux equivalent of this? The name is something like this. Oh, if Windows Win32 or MinGW32, if defined DLL SC light C extern. I don't know about that. Hey, so delicious. Well, no, I would like. I was hoping that there would be a built-in macro like these ones. There we go. Underscore Linux. Well, okay. Let's see how this goes. Also, this is screen capture without light. Wait. So here we can exit. Here we're in a web. Okay, so here we can exit. I don't think we're gonna need this. You know what? I'll keep it open for a while more. Might be useful. So here we do Zig build GUI. And here we take a look at what's wrong. Cap, cap, uh, capture light, screen, capture light. Okay, so I don't think I've messed this up. Unable to find artifact, screen capture light. Um, have I output it? Capture, capture. Why do you think? Oh, I know what this is. Is this a lazy dependency bullshit thing? This is a this is a stupid interaction with yeah, I know what this is. Never mind. I don't know anything anymore. Really? Unable to find X11 Cinerama, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, right. Because now we have these dependencies. Damn. Uh, oh, you know what? I think I got this wrong. No, you know what? I think that this is lib.install header. No second argument. Destination relative path. Oh. Well, you know what? Wait. Before we do this. Does it import anything? No, no includes. So actually we can do this. That's actually, I think this is actually the correct way of going at it. Okay, right. There we go. So we have a web working. Um, we got a web working. The next step is to try and actually use the library. Okay. Man, do you need a good chunk of dependencies though to make it work, huh? We should probably document this. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, some of these are um, not necessary. This is not necessary. These are not necessary. I believe that this is enough. That's fine. Let's use the fork for now. I don't know if this is the right way of going at it, but also the original thing was about. Oh, we were saying also FCs as the L3. Now this does not is not necessary anymore. Okay. Command Q. Command W. Okay, command W kills the window. Okay, what do we want to do next? we need to look into the screen share code and start using the library, right? That's as simple as that. So, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop here. This has been already a good stream. We've been doing 3 hours and a half. That's good. We successfully, at least in theory, because we haven't tested it yet much, we were able to run the test program successfully. So that's good. But yeah, allegedly the library works. We don't know that for sure. But yeah, we need to start using it. In any case, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to do the work tomorrow because it's already 7 p.m. So it's been a good day of streaming for me. So thank you all for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. I hope that you enjoyed watching me package C++ libraries. And yeah. Okay, I opened the software engineering, software and game development section on Twitch. Top streams are coding a blockchain and vibe coding for 10 hours straight. So I'm not going to rate anybody. Thank you all. See you next time.